Welcome to the BNB, the best investing YouTube channel on earth. And this is facts. And it is approved by me and Matthias Woodley. This
Yep.
statement is
Facts.
approved by me and him, nobody else. So today we're going to be providing you an interesting opportunity in the stock market, a high growth opportunity in the company's name is the Score Media and Gaming, ticker symbol SCR, publicly traded on the TSX and the Nasdaq. Very interesting opportunity. So I'm going to read out their description from the investor relation page. So bear with me so you can understand how the business model of the company and how it operates. Just a general description. The Score Media and Gaming Inc., the Score or the company, empowers millions of sports fans through its digital media and sports betting products. Its media app, The Score, is one of the most popular in North America, delivering fans highly personalized live scores, news, stats, and betting information from their favorite teams, leagues, and players. The company's sports betting app, The Score Bet, delivers an immersive and holistic mobile sports betting experience and is currently available to place wagers in New Jersey, Colorado, and Indiana. Publicly traded on the TSX and Nasdaq, the Score also creates and distributes innovative digital content through its web, social, and esports platform. The company is organized and operates as one operating segments for the purpose of making operating decision and assessing performance. So at the end, what it says that it tracks its users' data to maximize their marketing gains and to maximize giving them the best information that they require. So they take their data, and honestly, data has a lot of worth. Like you can see, Facebook has been taking advantage of data very profitably. Now, Matthias Woodley will provide all the bullish point on the company, and I will provide all the bearish point of the company, so you guys can fully understand the investment if you guys are going to invest in the company.
Yeah, so Score, ticker symbol SCR, is initially a news channel that is going into the sports gambling industry, online sports gambling industry. Currently, online sports gambling is illegal in Canada. So there's going to be a bill called the Bill C-218 that intitulates that it will legalize all online sports gambling, which is going to be a great catalyst for the stock SCR. Also, the current gambling, sports gambling industry is worth $5 billion in Canada and has been untouched. So SCR is a Canadian company, so it could easily get the monopoly on the sports gambling in Canada. Currently, its market cap is 1.6 billion, and with a $5 billion industry, it could easily go up to 10 billion. So I could see a X7 stock in the future. Also, not only that, it's the second most downloaded sport news app on the App Store and iOS, so it has big coverage. Also, it covers news, right? So it's not only gambling. Most gambling apps are just a gambling and that's all. While SCR, it covers the news, and then by looking at what people look at in the news, it recommends gambling and stuff like that. Not only that, it's a very high growth industry. So it's like cannabis. You saw cannabis in the last few years. When it was legalized, it's been going up. It will be the same thing with sports gambling since it's getting legalized. Also, not only that, SCR is also might be planning to go into blackjack. So even if they maximize and monopolize on the sports gambling industry, they can also go in other gambling industries since they already have experience in that industry. So the management of the company is very good. The CEO, called John Levy, has been with the company since the 1980s, a long time. So he's not going to be selling the company anytime soon. He's going to stay with the company as long as he lives, which is a great catalyst for the stock. Now, talking about statistics, if you want to see what analysts and what we can see on the data. So the short interest of the stock is 0.93%. So there are very few short sellers, which is a very good sign since most people we can see are bullish on the stock. Not only that, the insider ownership is 19.76%, which means that the people working for SCR are also very bullish on the stock, and those are the people that know the most about it. Now institutional is 17.76%. Institutional, it's more something that will be held long term, since it's a lot of work selling the stock, and we could see that it's a long term hold, this stock. And yeah, so if you compare, if you know DraftKings, it's an online sports gambling company for the USA. So if you compare that, its market cap of $60 billion to the market cap of SCR, which is $1 billion, we could see massive growth potential in the future. And like we see already right now, the yearly EPS is 2,900%, which is amazing statistics for any stock. So those are the bullish points. Noor, do you want to continue?
Yes, so the EPS growth estimated about 2,900% year over year. So which means that, for example, an earning per share was making 1 cent. Now it's making 29 cents per share per year, same quarter last year. So if you compare the first quarter of 2019 to the first quarter of 2020, you see 2,900% growth, which is exceptional and fantastic. But now I'll present to you all the bearish points on the company. We can see that the price to sales ratio is 74.18, which is incredibly high. So they're only making around 20 million in revenue, and that means that earnings revenue is like if you multiply the revenue 74 times, then you're able to get the market cap, which is not a so good statistic. But these are all short-term statistics, because the company will grow into these numbers. Now I can provide you also what is the volatility factor. It is a highly volatile stock, so if you cannot handle this volatility, do not invest in this stock. It is expected to be 11.65%, and if you look at the beta, which is 2.71%, so the beta is a indicator that tracks the volatility of the stock, comparing it to the S&P. And if it's under 1, then it's less volatile than the S&P 500. But if it's over 1, that means it's more volatile than it. And we can clearly see the volatility factor of the stock. Now we can also see that the profit margin of these companies are minus 183%, which if you see it on a short-term basis, it is not good at all. Because this company is right now investing a lot of its cash to legalize all through Canada. So they do need lawyers and everything to get those permits in the whole USA, especially because USA we're states by state, so they have to go all throughout the USA to get permits. So they currently have only 3 permits, and we can still see the growth in the company. So if they're able to acquire all the other permits, we can probably see much more growth in the company. And their operating margin on minus 202%, like I explained, they need to reinvest their cash to generate more and more profit later on. So you have to look at this from a longer term perspective. Now, if you look at other factors, their book to share ratio is around 0.67. And if you look at that, it's their assets minus their liability. So you have to be very careful. It's not a company that's flooded with cash at this moment, but of course they can do some public shares distribution, which means that they'll create more shares, and that's how they can generate cash. But of course, the company has a great opportunity in the future. It is probably a 50x stock if you look at it on a standpoint comparing it to DraftKings. So what do you think about the stock? Do you currently have an interest in investing, or are you currently invested in the stock?
So I think this stock is a very good. I think right now it might not be the best entry, but I think long term it's a 100% buy. I've been in this stock since it was 58 cents. That's before they merged the stocks and like 10 to 1 reverse yeah, exactly. So it's like if I was in it from like $5. So I love this company. I've been in it since the beginning. I'm still adding a position. I bought some more a few weeks ago, and I do think it is a buy.
Yes, me personally, I also have around 5 to 6 grand invested in this company, 5 to 6 grand Canadian dollars, because it's I bought it on the TSX and I bought it pre-split, and at that time it wasn't listed on the Nasdaq. And I also believe that it has a massive growth opportunity, and the management is executing almost at perfection, at a perfectionist level. So we hope that you enjoyed this insight, this investing opportunity, and we hope that you subscribe to the channel, because right now we are only at a low number of subscribers, but with time this subscriber count is going to grow to the moon.
100,000% gain.
Soon, we believe. Thank you very much.
The BNB.
The BNB